Hello guys, welcome back to Tactical Trafford, and today we want to talk about what Ruben Amorim actually wants from his Manchester United midfield. Actually, the midfield has actually been a subject of concern for Manchester United over the last few years. It has not really been a problem under Ruben Amorim. The midfield has been a problem for Louis van Gaal, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for basically all the coaches that has been in Manchester United. So today we actually want to break down what Ruben Amorim actually thinks or actually wants from his midfielder. So we are going to be talking about actually what is the kind of midfielders that Ruben Amorim wants. This is basically one of the first questions you're going to be asking. Who are we actually linked to in this transfer window? And what are the compatibility of the current midfielders that we have in the Manchester United teams? So these are also questions that Manchester United fans need to be asking from Ruben Amorim. And also, if you look at another dynamics of it, when Ruben Amorim was in Sporting Lisbon, he actually quoted that Hjulmand is actually a more complete midfielder than Ugarte and Pahinha. And you know that he worked with Ugarte and Pahinha for basically 2 years, and he worked with Hjulmand for like 2 years. And he quoted that Hjulmand is a more complete midfielder. That actually brings you to basically the kind of midfielder that Ruben Amorim wants in his Manchester United setup. So guys, let's dive into this video. So guys, since Ruben Amorim actually likes the way Hjulmand actually plays compared to Ugarte and Pahinha, that sort of gives us an idea of what Ruben Amorim wants from his midfielder. So let's go into analyzing the characteristics or assessing the characteristics of Hjulmand. Firstly, who is Hjulmand? Hjulmand is actually one of the defensive midfielder of Ruben Amorim that was actually bought from Lecce during Ruben Amorim's time in Sporting CP. So he's actually 25 years old. He's from Denmark. He's a first-team player. He's actually good. He's currently one of the captains and the leaders of Sporting CP currently. So let's talk about his characteristics. He's somebody that actually doesn't like. He's a very simple player. He's like the Sergio Busquets kind of player. He's less hectic. He's a player that likes to give the simple passes, though he's not a progressor, but he's a player that is actually very content in shielding the ball, in making sure his team keeps possession. We all know that Ruben Amorim likes his defensive midfielder to be actually very protective of the ball, to protect the ball, to play the simple passes. He doesn't like to complicate his football. He's somebody that likes to play the simple passes. He's somebody that likes to spread the play. Hjulmand is just like a replica of Rodri, but he's like a deep line playmaker. He's a player that can be able to switch the play from deep areas. He's somebody that doesn't play really centrally. He's a player that likes to play wide passes, to spread the play, to play the ball to the width. So Hjulmand is actually a very good player, and he's not that kind of player that actually tackles in all segments of the pitch. When Amorim was comparing Hjulmand to Ugarte, he actually said that Ugarte is more of the aggressive type that tackles all over the pitch, but Hjulmand is less defensively hectic. He's a player that he's an intelligent detector. This is the kind of midfielders that Ruben Amorim like, people that uses more of their brain than their legs. He likes defensive midfielders that are actually deep line playmakers, with defensive midfielders that can be able to shield the play, to maintain the position, to try to create like an organization in the midfield in a very compact shape. So this sort of gives you the idea of what Ruben Amorim actually wants from his midfielder. So guys, let's actually go into the details of what Ruben Amorim actually wants from his central or defensive midfielders. So guys, talking about the kind of midfielder that Ruben Amorim actually wants. Ruben Amorim is a coach that actually likes a very intelligent midfielder. An intelligent midfielder that actually is less of a defender. So that's actually the kind of player that Ruben Amorim likes. Ruben Amorim also quoted that he actually likes a kind of Sergio Busquets kind of player, or rather than the player that actually crashes into loads of tackles. So Ruben Amorim is a coach that likes a midfielder that actually is very intelligent, can coordinate the play, can stay in position, that can actually keep the position, switch the ball around, do the simple things. And this is actually what Manchester United has been lacking in the midfield all season. So Ruben Amorim is actually a coach that actually likes his defensive midfielders to be doing the simple things, to be doing like, instead of, he likes his midfielders to be very intelligent, instead of being overly aggressive or overly exciting themselves in the midfield. And you know that defensively, when Manchester United is actually defending, we defend with a back five, and there's actually a lot of spaces to be covered by the central midfielder. And so in as much as he likes defensive midfielders that are actually less defensively hectic, he also likes athleticism, so that forms to what he actually needs in a midfielder in the Premier League. Because definitely, if you want to buy a midfielder in the Premier League, you're going to recruit a midfielder that is actually very athletic. So definitely Ruben Amorim wants an athletic midfielder that can be able to cover those last spaces when we are stuck in the back five. So guys, basically the summary of everything I've been saying is that Ruben Amorim actually really wants his midfielder to be press resistant, to be able to be a retention passer, hold the ball, scan before collecting the ball, and be able to move the ball around, do the simple thing, be an intelligent midfielder instead of being overly aggressive and overexciting yourself. He actually likes midfielders that actually know when to be aggressive. Like if you watch Hjulmand, Morten Hjulmand from Sporting CP, the guy I actually spoke about in the beginning of this video, he's actually somebody that knows when to be aggressive, he knows when to slide, he knows when to go into tackles, he knows when to pass, he knows when to switch the play. He's actually the exact replica of the kind of midfielder that Manchester United actually wants, or rather Ruben Amorim wants in Manchester United. So if you're looking at the options of Manchester United, Mainoo is somebody that he's press resistant, he can be able to progress, but he doesn't know how to switch the play effectively, and he's not good defensively. Looking at Toby Coyla is actually very young, so it's actually hard to place a hand on his key characteristics. Then looking at Ugarte is not press resistant, Ugarte is not a good scanner, so that's actually a problem. Manchester United midfielder doesn't tick the box. Casemiro is actually not really at his prime age. When Casemiro was in his prime, definitely it would have been very easy for him to tick all these boxes. Bruno is actually not physically dominant to be able to play in that central midfield role, which is actually going to be a worry for next season. So actually guys, I want you guys to give me your comments on who you feel that Manchester United really want in the midfield, because probably from what I've explained, the Manchester United midfielders are not really capable of carrying out what Ruben Amorim wants from his midfielders. So I want you guys to like, to share, and to subscribe to this channel, because I'll be making a lot of uploads concerning the players Manchester United are linked to, and also basically the tactical analysis of every players. So see you guys in my next video. Ciao.